If into her phone you go, only pain will you find. My name is Jared Mello, author of Radical Self-Respect, Avoid Falling for the Same BS. I am going to be uploading the audio book of this to Audible, hopefully tomorrow, unless something goes wrong. I've heard things can go poorly with Audible and they're very strict, but if all goes as planned, I will be uploading my audiobook. I narrate it, yours truly, so that could be great, and hopefully it does, so you can start off the new year here coming up with a bang. Also, I normally talk about mental health, dating, relationships, self-improvement, and I have my interview series called Everything Eccentric, so if that sounds interesting to you, please do subscribe and share my content with whomever you think might enjoy it or who might benefit. And thank you very much to everyone who's been supporting me along the way. I really, really appreciate it. And I'd love to hear more suggestions for video topics you would like me to cover, or scenarios you want me to run through the Radical Self-Respect lens. I love doing those. I think they're very beneficial to everyone, including me too. So please don't hesitate to run by some situations to me. Now, on to today's video though. If you go into her phone, if into her phone you go, only pain will you find. Now, I'm using her phone because I'm a guy, but everything I'm about to say could also be applied to men for the most part, and to women looking into men's phones. But here's the thing. Number one, there's a couple different kinds of guys that are going to want to look into their woman's phone. The first kind of guy will be someone that is insecure because he's been cheated on in the past, or treated poorly, or lied to in the past, and he's going to think every woman he encounters from here on out is going to have something to hide, or is cheating. Now this is a scenario that is all on the guy, right? Now the woman in this scenario isn't really doing anything to prompt it. The guy, though, he's bringing that feeling from previous relationships into his current one. And that is not fair to the woman. That is the guy that has trauma that is not healed. And he is taking it out on his current partner. And in this scenario, the guy, in my opinion, is in the wrong. And he needs to heal before he can actually have a healthy relationship. So it's unwarranted of him to want to check his woman's phone. Now, that's one scenario. Now, the second and more likely scenario is the woman is doing something that is making the man want to check her phone. The woman is doing something that is making the man feel uncomfortable in the relationship, and his spidey sense is going up. And so the man may ask himself, maybe I should check in her phone, or maybe I should reach out to some sort of dating coach and ask them, should I check her phone? Should I do this? And here's the thing. If you've already gotten that feeling that you want to check her phone because something's just not adding up, there's already a major problem. There's a major problem, and you going in the phone, you will probably only find pain, as Yoda would say. And the major problem, though, is you can't trust your girl. And you're not going to want to be with someone that is going to give you that feeling. There's going to be someone else out there, more than likely, that will not give you that feeling. And here's the other thing I say to guys that want to check their woman's phone. It's like, what would actually make you feel at rest? What would make you feel at ease? Would there be no talking to the opposite sex? No commenting? No nothing? Is that the only thing that would make you feel at ease? But more than likely, there will at least be one thing that you will find that will make you upset. Bottom line. And so, if you even want to look into the phone, that's the problem. Now, I'd say to men also, you gotta have boundaries for yourself of what kind of contact with the opposite sex are you willing to be okay with, and we should also hold ourselves to the same standard. But I think it's best for us to make this list when we're single, when we don't have like the haze of that feeling clouding our judgment. But when we're single, we gotta ask ourselves, what level of communication are we going to be okay with? And this is the scenario where we have to own this as men. No woman can tell us what our boundary should or should not be. We will notice that women will try to say, oh, you're controlling, oh, you're insecure. It's like, pay no attention to that. This is not their relationship. Unless it's the girl that we are going out with is telling us this. But it's like, we have to own what our boundary is. And to me, like a fair boundary is no flirtations and no going off to find emotional connection with other men. And of course, no cheating, etc. But those are my lines. And if someone says that's insecure, I say screw them. That's not your relationship. This is my relationship, and my boundaries are allowed to be whatever I want them to be. And here's the thing. I also agree with the demonstrate as opposed to explicate philosophy. Rollo Tomasi talks about that. But it's like, what does that mean? It means we say our boundary, and then we act. Right? If our boundary is crossed, we walk away. If our sacred boundary in this scenario is crossed, we go. End of story. And we got to be willing to do it. We got to be able to be willing to walk away. And so, when it comes to searching for someone's phone, I don't recommend it because the fact that you even want to is the problem. Unless, of course, you're just the insecure guy that has brought trauma from past relationships into his current relationship, and that's not really anything the woman's doing. That's just something that you haven't healed from your previous relationships. But again, most cases when someone wants to check the phone, it's because the other person is doing something that is making the other person suspicious. They are doing something that is making the other partner's spidey sense go up. And like looking in the phone will do no good. Like, because let's say, imagine you get caught. Then the trust is broken. In a relationship when there is no trust, there is nothing. There's nothing you can do when there is no more trust. So, if you even feel like you want to check her phone, it's already done. You already have gone too far. The only circumstance where I will advocate looking through your partner's phone is if you're married and there's a lot riding on it if the partner's cheating. Right? If there's a marriage involved, yes, and there's children involved, you gotta know for sure. You gotta know for sure for divorce proceedings, and so do it. But only if you're absolutely sure and you need to find out actual proof. More often than not, rather than search someone's phone, you should really have a conversation. And depending on how that conversation goes, it should tell you a lot. Now granted, a cheating spouse will probably not admit it, right? I get it. But like, if you're getting that gnawing feeling, that suspicious feeling, and it's from something she's doing, then that feeling to me is enough that the relationship probably isn't working out. A good relationship, we will feel secure with each other. We will help each other to feel more comfortable in the relationship because we're going to be on the same page. And if we're constantly getting that feeling and we know it's just not our past trauma coming up, then that's not a relationship we want to have. And so, again, and I've had this conversation with women too that have wanted to check their boyfriend's phones. And I would tell them, like, what's success? Like, what are you looking to accomplish if you look through his phone? Like, what would actually make you feel better? And it's like, no, if the guy wasn't talking to any women, if he didn't have any dating apps, or what would it be? Like, what would make you feel better? Because more likely than not, you'll be able to find at least one thing that will make you unhappy. And again, the whole problem is the fact that you even want to look into their phone to begin with. That is the issue. And so looking into the phone, unless you're married and you need actual proof of infidelity, it's a foregone conclusion. It's not even necessary to check the phone. The feeling to check the phone is the thing that we got to look into ourselves. And we have to be honest with ourselves. Are we bringing up trauma from a past relationship? And the current girl we have is not doing anything, but we just haven't healed from our past traumas and we're taking it out on our current girlfriend? Are we doing that? Or is the woman really doing something that is making our spidey sense go up? But remember, Yoda's advice is still sound. If into her phone you go, only pain will you find. So don't be going in your woman's phone unless you're married and you need actual proof of infidelity. The biggest issue is you're getting that feeling to begin with. And if I practice radical self-respect, that's not a feeling I want to deal with. I don't want to get that feeling where, at the very least, I'm not able to have like a conversation with the person that can put us both at ease, right? And hopefully I've already healed from all of my past traumas. I'm not bringing up dirt from my past relationships and taking it out on my current partner, because whether you're a man or a woman, it is not fair to do that, right? It is not fair to bring up your past dirt and take it out on your current partner. Because like they say, if we don't heal from the people that cut us, we'll bleed on the people that didn't. And that's true. Like, we gotta heal. We have to make sure that we're not bringing up past stuff. That does not mean that we will not learn from our past stuff. That does not mean that at all. We will learn. We will remember. And we will learn. But we should start each new relationship with a blank slate. With a blank slate of not bringing up any of the past. And we just see how things go from there. So please let me know what you thought about this video. Did you like it? Not like it? Agree? Disagree? I'd love to hear your thoughts. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.